Certainly a player to watch out on court in the future. Playing at the under 25 level for South Africa. And so much more to come from these players. It's a young group of players out here for South Africa, all represented at the under 25 level. As Mbatha finds Hagu, and Hagu roll into the basket, high off the glass, and South Africa go up 1. Hagu gets things started, so Kenya look to answer here as Mbatha gets it into Arkoff. Ball's knocked out of bounds, and good decision there. You see Ashley Sile just pulling her hands away, saying, nope, I'm going to let that go out of bounds. Last touch was Kenya, so South Africa will have it back. Mbatha for South Africa has Hagu left-hand side, sinks it, and back-to-back buckets for Hagu and South Africa, a 2-0 lead. When these two teams met in the group stage, it was a 5-4 win for South Africa over Kenya, as Arkoff's shot is short. And both teams really building on that 3x3 experience. Both teams will be looking at the future, where they can take the players and where they can take the team. As Mbatha finds a way to the basket, and a 3-second call in the key, so shot is waved off. South Africa, a team that finished 5th in the Commonwealth Games 3x3 in 2022, and Kenya finishing in 6th place. So they've been building since those games. Will obviously be an eye on the 2026 Commonwealth Games coming up next year in Glasgow for some of these teams out here this weekend. As Arkoff has 7 seconds, and a travel call goes against Kenya, so South Africa will have the ball. Mbatha looks around Wanjira, finds Hagu, cutting inside, and 3 points for South Africa. And Hagu, I talked about her rebounding, but she is also an offensive powerhouse out there on the floor for South Africa, as Arkoff can't answer. And it will be South Africa ball. So coming up after this game, we will have the men's 7th place game. That takes place at 2 o'clock, and it is between Malaysia and the UAE. John Hobbs taking you through that game. As Mbatha has a clear path to the basket, takes advantage, can't get the shot to drop, but the ball is tipped. Kenya will have it. 6 seconds. Arkoff round to Wanja, and shot is waved off, but the referee saying the ball wasn't cleared past the line. You have to take the ball outside the arc, otherwise the shot will not count. Kenya didn't do it on that possession. So Mbatha runs into Wanja, dishes off to Hatlisile, and again a whistle on the floor. As Mbatha will set it up for Kenya. Arkoff using the screen from Wanja. Shots up and will be short. Hagu fighting for the rebound. Ball goes out of bounds. And last touch will be South Africa. Oh, last touch will be Kenya. It is South Africa ball. Mbatha also playing wheelchair tennis alongside wheelchair basketball. Has Hagu racing to the rim. Off the back iron, but it's picked up by Hatlisile. Over to Mbatha. Too much on the shot, and Kenya will get it back as Wanja controls it for Kenya. Arkoff. And shots too strong. South Africa picking it up. 6:56 to play here. Hagu. Too much on the pass, and we will have a timeout called with 6:51 to play. South Africa up 3-0 here in this 7th placed game. A big thank you to everybody watching live on the IWBF YouTube channel. Remember to like and subscribe. You can keep up to date with all the action on IWBF social media. Loads of clips and highlights of the whole weekend. Some interviews with the players as well, post-game interviews, getting their thoughts on the competition so far. And a big thank you to RGK Wheelchairs. They have their maintenance station set up next to our practice courts behind the main court. They've been doing a brilliant job all weekend, making sure the athletes and their chairs are ready to go out on the floor. And we will see Caroline Wanjira back out on the floor for Kenya. As Kenya will take it from the top. Wanjira, a very experienced player for this Kenya team, representing at the Commonwealth Games in 2022, was also the flag bearer for Kenya in the opening ceremony, and does a really fantastic job as part of the Kenyan Wheelchair Basketball Federation, helping provide wheelchairs and training women in Nairobi, giving them opportunities in the game and really helping with their development. So a fantastic ambassador for the game on and off the court is Wanjira, as Hagu gets the roll, and it's a 4-point South Africa lead on Geswa Hagu. She has really been showing out this weekend as Ambassa grabs the rebound for Kenya. Wanjira. And Kenya onto the scoreboard for the first time. 3-point South Africa lead. Hagu dishes round to Mbata. Just a shot clock violation. It was a bit too far underneath the basket as well when the shot was taken, but 12 seconds off the clock. As the ball needs to be checked from the top. It will be Wanjira for Kenya. Wanjira, a very, very talented wheelchair racer, has won the Nairobi Marathon in the 21 kilometre category 7 out of the last 8 races since 2016. That's an incredible achievement. As a two-sport athlete, Hagu has to put something up and won't go. Kenya take it from the top. 5:34 to play here. A 4-1 South Africa lead. And guess what? Hagu scoring for South Africa, helping them to this lead as they look to try and finish in 7th place on home soil. Ambassa finds that Arkoth. Arkoth gets it to go, and it's a 2-point game. And Rahel Arkoth, as she has done all morning and all tournament long, finds the backboard. She has that really good shot from that left-hand side. Able to use, she's quite high in her chair and able to use her length to shoot over her opponents. There's Hagu, and South Africa look to answer here. Mbata driving to the basket, gets it to fall. And Mbata takes South Africa up to a 3-point lead. Arkoth looks to answer and does! Teams going blow for blow here, back to a 2-point game. Mbata and goes out of bounds. Kenya will have possession. Coming up later today, we also have the 5th placed games and the bronze medal match along with the finals. Good hands there from Mbata defensively, but Wanjira under the basket is fouled. You can see Mbata got a hand on the ball, knocked it away. Kenya came up with it, but Wanjira will be shooting the free throw after she's fouled on the shot. Wanjira also winning bronze in the 400 metres in the 2:53.54 wheelchair race at the Marrakesh World Para Athletics Grand Prix in May just a few months ago. She is really non-stop on the basketball court and off the basketball court, just spending her time splitting it between her wheelchair racing and out on the basketball court. Mbata to Hagu. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Mbata takes her time, doesn't fall. Halusile's there for the rebound. Oh, Ganser's there for the rebound, but can't keep it inside the lines. Kenya possession, down 2. Can they cut into this South Africa lead? It was a 5-4 win for South Africa when they met each other in the group stages. Hagu clears the ball from behind the arc. Has some space, puts it up from the foul line, gets the roll! And Onzegwa Hagu continues to score for South Africa, up to 6 points here in the 7th placed game. Arkoth can't answer. Mbata for South Africa. Up 3 here, 3:33 to play. Hagu pressured, not that time. Rebound for South Africa as Wanjira just knocks the ball out of play. That's that disruptive defense I've been talking about all weekend long as we take a time out on the floor. A 6-3 lead for South Africa over Kenya. And South Africa, their B team out here, they played against their A team. Have 2 teams in the competition across groups, in Group A and Group B, so they played each other this morning. It was the South Africa A team that took the win, but with players on both teams across the under-25 age group, there are a growing group of players out there for South Africa and really developing the talent that they've got out on the floor. So back underway. Mbata will take it for South Africa. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Looks to go inside and call on the floor, so Kenya will have it. In the women's games, we have the 5th placing game at 2:25 today, and the bronze medal match at 3:15, followed by the final at 4:15. We have the men's 7th place game coming up after this one at 2 o'clock, and John Hobbs will be taking you through all the action there on the IWBF YouTube channel. So travel called against Kenya, South Africa, a chance to increase this lead here. Ganser, and ball goes out of bounds. Back with South Africa. .3:01 to play here. Long pass into Ganser, and time runs down. So Kenya will get the ball back. Bassa from the top, hands it over to Wanjira. Pressured by Hagu. Good defense here from South Africa as Ganser chases the ball down, manages to save it. Hagu makes sure it's cleared. She goes inside, has Mbata there. That's too short as Wanjira picks up the rebound. Ball's loose. South Africa will come away with it. Hagu puts it up from the elbow, and shot will be waved off as a 3-second call. Inside will go against South Africa. Arkoth works against Ganser. to go to the basket, off the rim. Hagu picks up another rebound. As Mbata has another chance for South Africa. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Hagu, and after the buzzer. So ball will go back the way of Kenya. Two minutes to play. It's a 3-point South Africa lead. And South Africa in this game so far racking up their highest points total of the tournament, up to 6 points here. Had a 5-4 win when they met Kenya in the group stage. But you can see the development of a lot of these teams through the group stages, through the quarterfinals, into the placing games. And teams gaining a real live game experience here in Sun City. 3x3, such a growing sport, and it's going to be really exciting to see the development of these teams and all these players that have been out here. As a whistle on the floor gives Kenya the ball back. So Wanjira, and intercepted by Mbata. South Africa will have it, can add to their score here. Hagu against Arkoth. Hagu's shot doesn't drop, ball's loose. Hagu comes away with it, but 12 seconds off the clock will be too late. But you can see there the hustle from Hagu. Every time she's crashing the board, she's getting inside and rebounding. At the Under-25 World Championships in 2023, she was the third leading rebounder in the whole competition, pulling down 12 a game, alongside 2.4 assists and 6.6 points. As Mbata spins, finds Hagu, stops, puts it up, won't fall. Ganser's there for the rebound, and another rebound for Hagu. But time runs down for South Africa there as we're in the final minute of the game. Wanjira looking for Arkoth, but Mbata knocks the ball out of bounds. And Mbata again getting into those passing lanes, just knocking the ball away. Might not come up with the steal, but just going to take some time off the clock. She will take it from the top. Hagu against Arkoth. Ganser, too strong. Rebound for Kenya. And in this 7th placing game, South Africa have a 3-point lead, 26.6 seconds to play. South Africa looking to finish 7th in the standings with their B team at the very first IWBF 3x3 World Championships on home soil for them. It's been a fantastic weekend so far here in the Super Bowl in Sun City. It's been an amazing venue, we've got a great crowd. Players watching on and supporting each other in a fantastic setting outside. Pretty scenic place to come and visit. You've still got time if you're in the area to come down for the rest of the games today. We've got finals, bronze medal matches, more placing games, so come on down. It's free entry to come in. Come and soak up this atmosphere. So 22.1 seconds to go. Mbata has Hagu. Hagu tries to take it to the basket, hands off to Ashley Seeley and gets the shot to fall. And Ashley Seeley into the game, straight to the basket. It's a 7-3 lead for South Africa as Arkoth looks to get it to end the game. It won't go, but congratulations to South Africa. They are finishing in 7th place with a 7-3 win over Kenya, the highest points total of the tournament so far, up to 7 points. They have certainly put on a show this weekend. A lot of excitement and a lot of potential around this young South African team playing in 3x3. Also will take their skills to their 5-on-5 game, where they represent South Africa at the under 25 and senior level. And for Kenya, they have really developed over the course of this weekend. They will be finishing in 8th place. But again, a team that is building that 3x3 experience. You can see the players out there hustling after every ball, and it's been great to see teams competing this weekend. So next up, John Hobbs will be bringing you the 7th place game for the men's team between Malaysia and the UAE. So stay tuned to the IWBF YouTube channel, because we'll be back very shortly.
Welcome number 9, Public Kanapati. Last but not least, number 11, Mohammed Atib Takariga. From Malaysia. Welcome next to the floor. Coming in from the UAE, number 10, Alasmi Mohammed. Followed closely by number 15, Ramzan Murad Kasim. Welcome number 23, Al-Nabi Masood.
Well, we are back in Sun City, South Africa, and it is the battle for 7th spot here as the United Arab Emirates lock horns with Malaysia. Welcome everyone to the IWBF YouTube channel. There is the United Arab Emirates. Mohammed Al-Hashmi, Mohammed Al-Hebzi, Mansour Al-Nakbi and Jazim Ramzan. For the UAE, for Malaysia, Razali Kantik, Karthik Pathi, Mohammed Atsib Zakraya, and Ye Bingtan. So 7th spot up for grabs. And we are getting ready here on the IWBF YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the home of wheelchair basketball. And of course, don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. Some incredible highlights, some unforgettable moments in really what has been an unforgettable couple of days here on the northwest province of South Africa.
Malaysia.
And Malaysia will get us started. And here is Kansik for Malaysia, a two-pointer. And it's rebounded by Mohamed Al-Hibzi. Ramzan gliding to the basket, collides with Pafi. Shot is long, Pafi with the rebound, dumps it off to Zakraya. Zakraya now lets fly, oh, high off the glass. Ramzan. And that ball goes out of bounds, intended for Al-Nakni. Just getting started here in the 7th place game at the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships, as the positions now starting to be confirmed across the board. Zakraya, 3 to shoot, hook shot, no good. Al-Hibzi the rebound, here is Ramzan. And the shot no good from Al-Nakbi. Zakraya sets himself and puts it in. And Malaysia off the mark. Ramzan sees some daylight. Al-Nakbi, the runner, stops and scores. And there's 5 to shoot here for Kansik. Here is Zakraya who lays it up and in. Al-Nakbi. 2-1 in favour of Malaysia. Al-Nakbi hits the back iron and into the waiting hands of Mohamed Atib Zakraya. Still has the ball, shoots from the wing. And the ball is loose, that'll just go out of bounds, and the United Arab Emirates will pick it up. Ramzan sets himself. It's short. Al-Nakbi fighting for it, and a whistle is gone. Malaysia up 2-1 here in the 7th place game. Ramzan on the ball. Ramzan to the cup, no good, and another whistle has gone. There's a second team foul on Malaysia, and the United Arab Emirates will get freebies here. And Ramzan misses the free throw. Nearly went out of bounds, did well to save it. Ramzan still has it. Sets himself and uses the window to good effect. Kansik. And Kansik lets fly. That doesn't fall. Risky pass from Al-Hibzi. Of course, following on from this game, it'll be the battle for 5th place in the women, as South Africa, their first team, take on Switzerland. A fantastic tournament for the Swiss women competing in their first World Championship, as the women's wheelchair basketball side from Switzerland getting their journey started. The men, an established nation in wheelchair basketball sphere, and the women looking to join them, and they've certainly made their mark here in South Africa. Pafi to the basket, and the scoop layup is no good. United Arab Emirates still have it, and Al-Nakbi puts it in. And the United Arab Emirates now lead by a point. Zakraya has to put it up, and that'll be a shot clock violation. And a timeout has been called on the floor. 6:38 to play. And the United Arab Emirates have a 3-2 lead. As we have a look at some of the highlights of the opening stages thus far, we'd like to welcome everyone to the IWBF YouTube channel as we wind down the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. After this will be South Africa's first team against Switzerland in the women's 5th place game, and then it'll be Portugal against Australia in the battle for 5th. In the men, there's a really off-balance shot there from Jazim Ramzan, and a whistle went. Ramzan misses the resulting free throw, gets his own board and banks it home. 4-2 in favour of the UAE, and a whistle has gone as I don't think the United Arab Emirates allowed Malaysia to get out over the perimeter there. So Malaysia will have it. Kancic throws it up and banks it home. 4-3 now in favour of the UAE. What a pass that was from Ramzan, and Al Nakbi, that deserved a finish. United Arab Emirates now with a 2-point cushion. Kancic to Zakaria off balance. Almost contorted as he put that shot up, and he will go to the line. Zakaria, who has certainly made a name for himself here in South Africa. That buzzer beater against Croatia will certainly live on in the memory as Ramzan doesn't get it to fall. Kancic hits the deck, and it is a foul on the United Arab Emirates, much to the chagrin of Jazim Ramzan. 5-4 in favour of the side from the Middle East, with 5:38 to play in this one. 10-minute games. 12-second shot clocks. If you've been watching for the entirety, you will know the rules by now, but just in case you're new to this, it is a very new format to wheelchair basketball, as Kancic smacks the backboard and into the waiting hands of Mansour Al Nakbi. Ramzan going to the basket with authority and puts it in. Kancic, 6 to shoot for Malaysia. Zakaria, a 2-pointer, that's short. And the ball will go out of bounds. There was still 1 second on the shot clock, but United Arab Emirates will have it in a fresh 12. We're entering the halfway point in the battle for 7th. Ramzan with 5 to shoot. Ramzan goes high off the glass, no good. Ball is loose, and it will go out of bounds. Ye Bing Tan on the ball and into the game for Malaysia. 3 to shoot for Ying Bing Tan. He'll put it up, no good. Pathy with the rebound, the pass is deflected. And here come the United Arab Emirates. Al Nakbi. Al-Nakbi, great ball control. Security was perfect, and the finish. Zakraya, Pathy in acres of room, sets himself and knocks it down. And a foul. Karthik Pathy with the score. Veteran of this Malaysia team, not just in the 3x3 world, but also in the traditional 5-on-5 game. Ramzan throws it up. Al-Nakbi, that's a 3-second violation on Mansour Al-Nakbi. Here is Zakraya with the runner. And a whistle has gone, and Zakraya will head to the stripe. And we have a timeout on the floor as Mohamed Atib Zakraya just having a quick chat with the officials. It is the final day of action at the first ever IWBF 3x3 World Championships. Once again, we thank you very, very much for joining us on the IWBF YouTube channel as we wind down an incredible tournament. South Africa's first team against Switzerland in the women's 5th place game, scheduled to begin at 2:25. That'll be followed at 2:50 by Portugal against Australia in the men's 5th place game. And then it's the bronze medal games taking place as Australia take on Great Britain. They'll start at around 3:15, and Austria against Poland for 3rd in the men to start at 3:45. And a 2-pointer is buried by Ramzan. And the United Arab Emirates now lead 9-5. So Al-Nakbi did well to try and keep that in, but it went right out of bounds. The shot is up and it's no good from Kancic. Ramzan going to the basket, glides around, will probably need a bit of help. 2 to shoot for Ramzan, still has it, and that's a shot clock violation. He did have Mansour Al-Nakbi for support. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there between the two. 3:11 to play. Zakraya at the elbow, and that's off the back iron, and it is rebounded by Kancic. Kancic still has the ball. Kancic will go all the way. Gap is 3. Ramzan will put one up. That's no good. Pathy rebounds. Malaysia still have a little bit of time on the clock, but Kancic's 2 is no good. Here is Ramzan. 2:22 to play. Ramzan, always a good pass. It was a good idea from Ramzan, but his pass too hot for Al-Nakbi to handle. Yebing Tan screaming instructions to his Malaysian brothers. Here is Zakraya at the wing. And that's air. Nothing but air here in Sun City. Pathy was actually rolling to the basket. But by that time, Zakaria had let it rip. Here is Ramzan. Ramzan with 4 to shoot. Ramzan still has it. Ball is loose. It's collected by Razali Kancic. He'll go for 2, and that's long, and it's collected. The ball is actually loose, but the UAE still have it. Malaysia with the ball, 7 to shoot, and all alone, and room service for Zakaria. Al-Nakbi, a mid-range that's short, rebounded by Al-Hebzi, and Ramzan finishes it off. 10 to 7, 1:17 to play, ball is loose, and it'll be a Malaysia ball. Great hustle from Mohamed Al-Hebzi, but Al-Nakbi was right there behind him, and the ball came off the wheel. Zakaria, they want a 2 to Malaysia. They'll go inside instead. In fact, it's a shot clock violation, as Pathy's shot, of course, will not count. Oh, and a technical foul has been called on the United Arab Emirates, as the technical has been called, I think, on Mohamed Al-Hebzi. So Malaysia will get freebies. 1:05 to play, and a chance for Malaysia to get themselves back into this even more. It's 10 to 7. Zakaria knocks it down. It's a 2-point game here in our 7th place contest. Ramzan, shot clock at 8. Kancic all over him. Al-Nakbi with 2 Malaysia defenders on him. Oh, that was a tough shot from Mansour Al-Nakbi. Kancic blocked by Al-Nakbi, but on the follow and scoring on the buzzer was Zakaria. 2-point game still. Malaysia not out of this. They need to stop though. 32 ticks to play. And just when Malaysia thought that was their stop, a whistle has gone. And that's the 4th team foul for Malaysia in this one. 28.4 to play. Al-Nakbi, that's a 2. That's short. That would have sealed the deal. And Malaysia want to call time as South Africa's first team and Switzerland will be up next as we wind down the 3x3 World Championships here. Here are some of the highlights of what has been an entertaining contest here between Malaysia and the United Arab Emirates. Of course, following on from South Africa against Switzerland in the battle for 5th. In the women, it's the battle of the men's 5th place game as Portugal take on Australia, and then we get to the bronze and the gold medal games as the podium finishes will be confirmed. 18.1. Zakaria. Malaysia need a 2 to tie. Zakaria throws it up and agonizingly goes to the right. Al-Nakbi collects. It's welcomed by Ramzan. Ramzan inadvertently takes a shot to the face by Pathy. Inadvertently, of course. He was trying to get the ball, was Pathy. 2.7 to play in the United Arab Emirates. Looking set for 7th. Another foul. As Malaysia trying to get over the limit, but with 1.2 to play, it's academic as handshakes exchanged. And that'll do it. The United Arab Emirates secure 7th spot here in South Africa. Well deserved. And Malaysia get a top 8 finish as well. Well deserved for them. Both the teams have been absolutely fantastic here in Sun City. But the UAE scoop 7th here in South Africa. They beat Malaysia 11-9. Up next, it is the South Africa first team against Switzerland in a battle for 5th over in the women.
Next up to the floor is the ladies from South Africa.
On to court. They will be playing in their white jerseys today, playing for 5th place here in the Super Bowl in Sun City. They are Michelle Mokinedi, Asive Gilifile, Aviwe Ngoni, and Duduzila Gwaza as they come out onto the court. And there's been so much support for South Africa here. You can see the B team now in the stands coming on to cheer on Team A. A lot of players will play together across the under 25 age group for South Africa on the international stage when they've competed in world championships. And there's a lot of potential, a lot of talent across both Team A and Team B for South Africa out on the floor. As you see Gilifile take the space on the foul line as the team line up and get ready to battle for 5th place. And up next it will be Switzerland. They beat Kenya 14-4 this morning, their highest score this tournament, and they ended on a Vira Huber 2, a huge shot from her. The team have been entertaining fans across this weekend, making their world debut. They got their first win in the group stage against South Africa Team B, where they won 11-4. They finished in 3rd place in Group B. So coming out onto court wearing red is Switzerland. And they are Vira Huber, Louisa Yude and Miriam Waller. And as you can see, Switzerland, as they have been playing all tournament long with just 3 players out there on court, no substitution for Switzerland. And they have been so impressive in the way they have played. They have just not stopped without having those extra minutes rest that you can get with a substitution. All of the teams playing with the 4 players in the women's groups. So coin toss takes place for the first possession. We are playing 3x3. It is 10-minute games, 12-minute shot clocks. Shots inside the arc are worth 1 point. Shots outside are worth 2. And it will be South Africa ball to start things off. And Michelle Mokinedi will take it from the top in this 5th place game as Gwaza's shot doesn't fall. Huber has the rebound. Ball's knocked away and foul will be called. That will go against South Africa. That's the first team foul. So Switzerland will go again from the top. This is a very young Swiss team, an average age of just under 21 out on the court as Waller passes over to Yude, and Yude banks in the basket and gets Switzerland onto the scoreboard. Mokinedi for South Africa, captained South Africa at the Commonwealth Games in 3x3 in 2022. Puts it up from deep, doesn't get the roll. And Switzerland will get it back. The 12-second shot clock in 3x3, so quick. Players, if they've been playing the 5-on-5 game, transitioning to 3x3, players will tell you it's a very different game. There's a lot of different skill sets, different ways to play. As Waller puts up a shot, it's too strong. She's chasing it down though, and Huber gets there first. It will stay Switzerland possession, but ball did not hit the rim, so that will be a 12-second shot clock violation. For the shot clock to reset, the ball needs to hit the rim, as South Africa will have it. Looking to get onto the scoreboard here. Mokinedi thought about the shot, uses the screen from Mangoni, gets it to go! Michelle Mokinedi splashes in the shot, and it's tied at 1-1 here in the Super Bowl. Waller for Switzerland, and answers right back, and you see the connection there. You'd setting the screen, creating space for Miriam Waller there to take that mid-range shot. Works really effectively for Switzerland. So 2-1 Switzerland lead. South Africa will have it, and Mokinedi works against Huber. Swings the ball round, it's knocked out of bounds by Waller, and last touch will be Switzerland, so South Africa will have it. But they're the kind of plays that are very, very disruptive, as shot clock is just going to need to be reset, so referee's just something with the table. Oh, so no, shot clock is not reset as it went off Switzerland. There were 2 seconds, and South Africa not able to get something off there, as Switzerland will get it back. So 12 seconds now for Switzerland. Waller looking to go inside, comes up against Rangoni. Good hands from Rangoni, knocks the ball away. 3 seconds, Huber has it and stops, puts something up, doesn't fall. Good defense there from Aviwe Ngoni, as you can see, just getting a hand on the ball. You take the time off the clock, just as Waller did for Switzerland earlier, as Guaza's shot is too strong and will go out of bounds. Those kind of players in 3x3, very, very valuable. 12 seconds on the shot clock. If you're a player that's going to knock the ball away, make it roll down the floor, you take 1-2 seconds off the clock. Each second absolutely crucial for teams to use, as Huber doesn't get that to fall, but Yude picks it up. Huber has it with 7 seconds and puts it up off the rim, as Mokinedi will take it from the top for South Africa. We will see Asive Gilifile into the game for South Africa. One of the really exciting young players out there on the court. She is a scorer for this team. Zengoni rolls to the basket, off the rim. It's tipped. Mokinedi has it and doesn't get it to drop. Yude gets the rebound and swings it to the top for Switzerland. Time running down, 4 seconds. Ball's out of bounds. As Switzerland look to increase lead, they are up 1 point here, 2-1 with 7:13 to play. A long shot from Huber doesn't go, but we saw her hit that in the game earlier this morning against Kenya. A long two at the buzzer for Huber, and Switzerland took them up to 14 points. Gilifile passes back to Mokinedi, off the front of the rim, and Waller chases the ball down, clears it behind the arc, and Huber driving to the basket. Waller's shot is short. That's the pressure from Gilifile. You saw her racing in front of Huber, who had to pass back to Waller and then gets right out onto Waller. Good defense there from Gilifile, who has Mokinedi going to the basket. Shot won't count, just a second after the clock. Good movement from South Africa though to get to the basket, but just not in time. and we'll have a timeout called. 6:37 to play here. Switzerland up 2-1. Teams fighting it out to secure 5th place in the standings at the very first IWBF 3x3 World Championships. You can see there on your screen Miriam Waller hitting that nice mid-range shot for Switzerland. Waller started playing at 11 years old. Plays alongside her teammate Vira Hubert for the Pilatus Dragons in the Swiss Domestic League. As Waller has the screen from Jude. That one doesn't go, but that's a good look for Waller as the ball rolls over to South Africa, Team A. They'll get the assist to throw that back onto court. Team B, sorry, back to Team A. As Gilly File off the rim. Jude has it. Jude going to the basket, banks it in. And it's a 2-point lead for Switzerland. Mokinedi, not that time, as Jude will secure the rebound. Hubert gets it over the line and has space. So you can see these screens that Louisa Jude sets. Either gets her teammates into positions so that they can take the shot, or she's then going to roll to the basket and take one herself. A really effective player out there. Very, very good defender, and she's spoken about, she wants to create space for her teammates and get them those looks, and that's exactly what she does when she's out there on the floor. 4 seconds for Mokinedi, 2 seconds. Will have to put something up and does, and at the buzzer, basket is waved off. That will be a shot clock violation. Mokinedi just a split second too late for that to count. Waller finds Jude. Jude shot too strong. Gilifile with the rebound. Back to Mokinedi. South Africa down 2 here. Gilifile fading away. Won't get it to fall. Huber comes up against Gilifile. 4 seconds. Huber puts it up and rolls off the rim. And Ngoni secures it for South Africa. And Ngoni, again, a player that's done a really good job rebounding for South Africa this tournament. Another player that was out at the Commonwealth Games representing South Africa in 3x3 back in 2022. A player that came up through the under-25s team as Switzerland will get the ball back. And this Swiss team won silver at the 3x3 Europe Cup last year in Austria. All players out there took home the silver medal to Switzerland. They came up against Spain in the final. As Waller looks for some space. Baseline shot. Rolls out. Ball's loose. And will take it from the top. Coming up after this game, we will have the men's 5th place game at 2:50 today. That will be between Portugal and Australia. John Hobbs will be taking you through all the action on that one, and then following that game we will have the 3rd place game for the women as Waller hits the shot, takes Switzerland up to 4. And Duduzila Gwaza back into the game for South Africa. And as I mentioned earlier, Switzerland playing with no substitutions out there on the floor. Teams have 4 players in 3x3, 3 on the court at a time, but this Switzerland team with 3 players out there as Waller picks up another rebound. She's been so strong on the boards for Switzerland. Dishes over to Huber, and a 3-second call inside goes against Switzerland. So South Africa looking to cut into this lead here. Gwaza against Jude. Gwaza had the hot hand this morning playing against South Africa's B team in the 5th place semi-final. Just scoring all over the court. as it will be Switzerland possession. Huber takes it for Switzerland. 4:02 to play, a 3-point Swiss lead. Waller on the baseline, off the rim. Ngoni chases it down. And another big board for Ngoni as Gwaza can't get the roll on the shot. Huber has it, will clear it for Switzerland. 6 seconds on the clock. Waller takes it and off the rim, gets her own rebound though. A fresh 12 for Switzerland. Jude is left alone under the basket and pops out as jump ball is called, so will be South Africa ball. That's a good look there from Jude. But also Gilly File racing back on defense. Just a hand in the face as well. She's been working so hard on the floor for South Africa. And certainly, as I said earlier, she is a player to watch for South Africa, both in 3x3 and 5-on-5. She was named MVP of the Africa Zone qualifying tournament for the Under-25 World Championships in 2023. And then in the championships themselves, she led the competition in rebounds per game, 16.8, and had a massive 20 rebound game against Germany and then 19 against Canada. She really does just crash the boards for South Africa, does what they need her to do out there on the court. And again, still such a young player, so it's going to be really exciting to see what she does in 2, 3, 4 years' time. As Gilly File intercepts the pass, has it for South Africa, looking to cut into this lead, lines it up, and not that time, as it will go back the way of Switzerland. So a 3-point lead here for Switzerland, 3:03 to play in this 5th placing game. Huber from deep, won't go. And a substitution for South Africa as Michelle Mokinedi back into the game. Dudizila Gwaza subs out. Mokinedi finds Gilly File. Back to Mokinedi. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Needs some help. Gilly File's there, puts it up. Doesn't get it to drop, and Switzerland will have it. You can see the defensive pressure that Switzerland's putting on here. Running down the shot clock, and it can be difficult for South Africa to get one up as Huber's shot doesn't go at the rim. Mokinedi picks it back up. 6 seconds, Mokinedi off the rim, and ball is chased down by Waller. And we will have a timeout. So 2:25 to play, a 3-point Switzerland lead, 4-1 leading over South Africa. Coming up after this game, it is the men's 5th place game at 2:50 between Portugal and Australia. Following that, we will have the women's bronze medal match. That is between Australia and Great Britain at 3:15. The men's bronze medal match will follow Austria and Poland, and then the finals. And it is an all Canada, all Spain women's and men's final from 4:15 today as we start things off with the women's games. But back out on court, a 3-point Switzerland lead, 2:17 to play. Waller will set things up. Waller inside to Huber and rolls off the rim. Mokinedi with another rebound for South Africa. Finds Gwaza. And Gwaza runs into Jude, puts up the shot as time was running down. So back with Switzerland, the ball will go. So big thank you to everybody watching live on the IWBF YouTube channel. Remember to like and subscribe. You can follow along to the IWBF on social media. Loads of clips and highlights, interviews from across the weekend. It's been an incredible weekend of 3x3 basketball so far at the very first World Championships here in Sun City. As Gwaza will take it from the top for South Africa. Oh, no decision is changed, so it is Switzerland ball. As the referees just look to be checking something with the team, so we'll take that again. It will be Switzerland from the top. Waller from the foul line, sinks it! And a big bucket there for Miriam Waller. Switzerland now up 4. Mokanedi and South Africa look to answer. Runs into Huber. Huber takes the ball away. And Switzerland coming back on the attack as a foul is called against South Africa. Just a second team foul for South Africa as Switzerland take it again from the top. And Gilifile will come back into the game. Waller looks to find some space. Shots up and doesn't fall. Gwaza has to pass out of trouble. And ball's going to stay with South Africa here. As Gwaza will be helped up. Oh, ball goes the way of Switzerland. Apologies, it's been a fast-paced morning and a fast-paced game. Waller looks for the shot, too strong off the glass. Huber's there for the rebound and cleaning up. Adds another to Switzerland's total. 6 points so far. It's a 5-point lead. Team's fighting for 5th place here. As Gilifile's shot doesn't go at the buzzer. Waller picks up another board for Switzerland. Passes over to Huber. Great ball movement here from Switzerland as Waller. An off-balance shot gets fouled on it. It's going to put her at the line. But you see the way that Switzerland move the ball around, flows really well between these players that have really built those connections through playing together, through representing at the 3x3 Europe Cup last year. Waller's free throw, spins out, but Yude's there for the rebound. Can't get it to go, tips it to Waller. And on the baseline, she's fouled again on the shot, so Waller goes back to the foul line. So another chance here. And that puts South Africa on 4 team fouls. So Waller at the line. And can't get the bounce. Gwaza has the rebound. Over to Gilifile. 4 seconds. Ball's loose, picked up by Waller. Switzerland need to clear it. They have numbers here, 3-on-2. Extra pass over to Yude, who banks it in. And Switzerland now up 6 with just under 30 seconds to play. Switzerland looking for a 5th place finish here this weekend. 8 teams have been battling it out across the groups. We have the finals coming up between Canada and Spain, and the bronze medal match between Great Britain and Australia. 16.9 on the clock, and it's a 6-point Switzerland lead. Waller finds Huber, roll into the basket, drops it in, and add another for Switzerland. As the ball rolls out of bounds, and Switzerland are 7.2 seconds away from a 5th place finish at the very first IWBF 3x3 World Championships. Gilifile, 5 seconds, puts it up, won't fall. And 1.5 left on the clock, but Switzerland are going to be finishing in 5th place. As Ngoni checks the ball, Huber at the buzzer, doesn't get it to go, but it doesn't matter. Switzerland finish in 5th place. Congratulations to them. Silver medalists at the 3x3 Europe Cup. Now 5th place in the 3x3 World Championships, making their debut on the world stage. They have certainly put on a show for the fans this weekend. There's a lot to be excited about this team. And for South Africa, Team A, they will finish in 6th place. Again, a lot of young potential out there on this South African team, showing across both Team A and Team B. Asive Gilifile and Michelle Mokinedi out there as well, representing the under-25 teams. And a lot more to come from both of these teams. But it will be Switzerland finishing in 5th, South Africa in 6th. Up next is John Hobbs with the men's 5th place game between Portugal and Australia. So stay tuned to the IWBF YouTube channel because you don't want to miss a second of the action.
Portugal about to dance with Australia. First to the floor, Portugal. Coming in wearing number 6, Pedro Portugal. And number 10, Alexandre Sunday. Wearing jersey number 12, Jorge Carneiro. Welcome jersey number 13, Charles Ray.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Sun City, South Africa. There is the Portugal team: Pedro Bartolo, Jorge Carneiro, Alexandre Conde and Joel Hees. And they will take on Australia as we have the battle for 5th place here in the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. Here come the Australians heading to the floor. And of course, following on from this, it is the business start of these World Championships as the battle for bronze pits Australia and Great Britain together in the women. That'll be followed by Austria against Poland, and then it'll be the 2 finals in the men and the women as Spain and Canada lock horns. We welcome you back to the IWBF YouTube channel, wherever you are across the world. Great to have you all on board as Australia there in your picture. Thomas Klein, Lachlan Dalton, Luke Popel, and Jake Kavanagh. As we get the coin toss up and running to see who starts this game, we are winding down here at the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. It's been an absolute roller coaster of all kinds of emotions, from thrills to disappointment, heartbreak, jubilation, and everything else in between.
It is Portugal to typical.
So Portugal will get us started here.
Places in 5, 4, 3, X3, game time.
And it is time to play ball. Portugal with the first possession. Here is Joel Hies on the ball. Bartolo off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Klein. Popel sees a bit of room inside, and Carnero with the defensive effort, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it will stay with the Aussies. Popel has it and puts it in, and the first score of the game goes the way of Australia, and a steal as well, but the whistle has gone as Joel Hies hits the deck. Here is Popel. Popel thought about the two, but instead goes inside. Dalton wants it, Dalton gets it, Dalton puts it up and puts it down. And the ball up in the air, it's loose. Lockie Dalton has it. Popel, the bounce pass, Klein. Australia getting fancy early doors, and they're up 3-0. Bartolo with the mid-range, that's short. Just as the shot clock was about to expire, Dalton right down Main Street. Bartolo, and Portugal have not cleared it. And now Bartolo puts it past the perimeter and they can run their offense, but with only 2 on the shot clock, and Bartolo with a wild one-pointer, and Portugal off the mark. Popel sets himself, and Australia accelerating out to a 5-1 lead with just under 2 minutes play. Bartolo, that's tipped out of bounds by, I believe, by Dalton. Substitutions will come in for Portugal. Alexandre Conde comes in for Joel Hies. Straight away, a shot from Portugal is off. And Kavanagh also into the game for Australia, and on the ball, he'll put one up and he'll knock one down. And right now, Australia's mid-range game is as hot as fireworks. Bartolo, that's long, flying rebounds. Here is Kavanagh right down the middle, deflected by Carnero. Here is Dalton with 1 to shoot, and that will go out of bounds. The rim not troubled with that one. Here is Bartolo. Bartolo sees a bit of room, and Kavanagh welcomes the ball in his arms. Dalton has it. 5 to shoot, good pass from Dalton. Great patient play from Australia, and Kavanagh the finish. Conde. Around 3 minutes played here in the 5th place game. Conde launches one. And we have a timeout with 3 minutes and a bit of change played here in the 5th place game. Australia racing out to a 7-1 lead. A great start from the Southern Hemisphere nation, the Asia-Oceania side. As we have a look at some of the highlights, Bartolo. Well, we've had a few wild shots here in these 3x3 championships with 12-second shot clocks, and quick thinking a must. You're going to see a lot of that, and we have seen a fair amount here in Sun City. As we welcome you to the IWBF YouTube channel as the final session of games here in the inaugural 3x3 World Championships underway. as Popel shot his way off. Conde. Bartolo for the shoot for Portugal. Bartolo no good. And the ball is loose and picked up by Australia. Now shot clock violation has been called. So the shot from Bartolo must have been after the buzzer. Popel, Kavanagh inside, and a foul. Australia flexing the muscles. As Portugal right now at 6s and 7s as in what to do. They're down 8-1 and a chance for Australia to make it 9-1 with this free throw here in the 5th place game. As Kavanagh sinks the free throw. Australia and Great Britain warming up behind us here as the bronze medal game about to take place with the women, as the podium spots will be confirmed at the conclusion of this contest. Popel sees some daylight, passes it to Kavanagh. Good defense from Callanero, and that'll be a shot clock violation. Good defense. That's much better from Portugal. But now they just need to convert these stops they're getting into points. Bartolo. Dalton all over him like a rash as Callanero looking for Conde, but that pass was never going to find him. Popel to Dalton. Dalton the runner. 10-1 to Australia. We're entering the halfway point. That's a beautiful bounce pass from Bartolo. And we're seeing spurts of solid play from Portugal. We saw one just there from Callanero. Popel on the spin, finds Kavanagh inside. That's a 3-second violation on Jake Kavanagh. Bartolo finds Callanero. Conde to the shoot. Conde a long two. Well, from where we're standing, that looks pretty good, but just lacked the accuracy and the power. As we have a timeout with 5:07 remaining, and Australia racing out to a 10-2 lead. And we'd like to extend a warm welcome to the fans over in Portugal, and there are many of them watching on the IWBF YouTube channel. We've seen the flags waving on the YouTube stream. We've seen the flags in the comments section. And we'd like to also welcome our fans from Australia. The Aussie fans were in great voice in Brazil a couple of months ago at the Under 23 World Championships. And we're getting a few comments of support for the Aussies on the IWBF YouTube channel. It's great to have you all on board. You are witnessing history here in South Africa. First ever IWBF 3x3 World Championships, and we saw a pass that Jorge Callanero will not want to do again. Here is Popel. Dalton. And that is off. Portugal just having a quick chat with the officials here. We'll just wait and see what happens. We'll get a check ball and play restarts. As Dalton inside. How many times have we seen that from Lachlan Dalton in this one? And Australia with 4:31 to play, on course for the Magic 21. Remember, it's first to 21, or whoever has the lead after 10 minutes. For the majority of these World Championships, it's been decided after 10 minutes. We've had a couple of 21-pointers. There's a whistle has gone again. Here is Popel. Popel finds a bit of room. Closed down. Dalton again. Misses it. Klein with that long reach gets the rebound. The ball is loose. Portugal collect. Here is Hees. And Pedro Bartolo on the floor. As Joel Hees and Thomas Klein will help him up, showcasing the great sportsmanship between these two sides and the great sportsmanship we see throughout the IWBF events. All games played in the greatest of sportsmanship as Hees launches and banks it home. That will count. And Lockie Dalton just given a warning by the official as Joel Hees launches, fires, and connects. 3:59 to play. And a much-needed two-pointer for Portugal. Will that lift their confidence, or will Australia plough on? Here is Dalton. Popel in space, in rhythm, but no good with the two. And, well, a shot clock violation actually has been called, as we have a timeout out on the floor. Australia 11, Portugal 4 with 3:44 remaining. These two teams coming out of their respective pools. Australia from Group B, Portugal from Pool C. Of course, Portugal finished Pool C 0-3. Australia with just the one loss from Pool B. But when the knockout phase began, that's when we saw Portugal come into their own, securing some crucial victories, leading them to a potential fifth place finish. However, they've got a bit of a uphill battle here against the Aussies for that spot. But as it stands, Portugal, a very respectable sixth, could be on the cards, but they want to go fifth as Bartolo has it. And the whistle has gone, bailing them out because the shot clock was at 1. As Australia with Lockie Dalton. Lockie Dalton explodes to the basket. And he gets the steal as well. Kavanagh has it. 12-4. Here is Dalton again, and Dalton on fire. There is Bartolo, who has a bit of space, and he exploits it. And now both teams are feeling it. Dalton, well, he was feeling it until that shot went up. Maybe a blip in his strong offensive armor. Bartolo met by Klein, and that's well, was going to be a shot clock violation. Australia got it just before the buzzer went, and Klein puts it in. Bartolo, that's a wild pass, and Carneiro gets it. Bartolo has some space on the other side. Hees puts it up, and that's short. Dalton. Klein, the man born in Belgium but raised in Australia, with the miss there. And here is Bartolo Joao Hiss. That was a high degree of difficulty. He got it up somehow. Carneiro misses, and at the second attempt puts it in. Final 2 minutes in our fifth place game, and Australia reasonably comfortable, and an offensive foul is called on Klein as Lachlan Dalton deservedly takes a breather. What a game he's had. What a tournament he's had. He'll sit out, and Luke Popel will come in. Joel Hiss. Hiss puts it up, and he strings one. Kavanagh, freedom of the land. Bartolo, Carneiro, here is 4 to shoot for Portugal. Carneiro in no man's land. That will be a shot clock violation for Portugal. Carneiro was just grimacing a little bit there, but seems to be okay. It looks like Lachlan Dalton will come on after all to finish. 1:19 remaining as Thomas Klein, who was part of the Aussies under 23 spinners team, comes out. The Melbourne Red Dust Healers man will now take a breather as Carneiro makes the free throw. Here is Popel. Popel doesn't get that friendly drop. Carneiro. Hiss. And a whistle has gone. And that will not count, that basket. 1:02 to play, and Australia on course for fifth. And Dalton with the ball. Australia looking to finish on a high and looking to put the cherry on top. Dalton a 2, and that's no good. As Hiss gets it. Hiss gets the drop and the foul. Joel Hiss going to the line, misses the free throw. Here is Dalton. Dalton, beautiful pass to Kavanagh, who somehow collects and knocks it down. Final 25 seconds here. Australia cruising to fifth. Let's give it up for Portugal after a tough start, 0-3 in Group C. They have come out during the knockout phase and have really shown the world of 3x3 basketball what they're made of. That's an incredible pass from Bartolo. And Hiss gets it to go. That's a well-deserved bucket. But that'll do it. Australia scoop fifth over Portugal. They have defeated the European side 17-10. But congratulations to both teams on a fantastic tournament. Australia, though, get fifth, and Portugal will settle for sixth. It's time for the bronze medal game, ladies and gentlemen. Great Britain, Australia, an epic rivalry continued here in Sun City. We'll be back.
Welcome back into the Super Bowl here in Sun City. It is time for the women's bronze medal match between Australia and Great Britain. As you see Australia on the floor in their yellow jerseys. They lost in the semi-final this morning, 9-7 to Spain, but they topped Group A and went unbeaten in the group stages. They are Hannah Dodd, Georgia Munro-Cook, Tasha Ovens and Ebony Stevenson. They are facing off against Great Britain coming out onto the court. It is Jude Hamer, Jess White, Robin Love and Kaylee English. Great Britain came up short in the semi-final earlier today against Canada. 15-10, Canada moved on to the final. And Great Britain finished second in Group B. So this is a rematch of a game we saw yesterday. It was the battle for the top spot in Group A when Australia and Great Britain last met up. Australia won it 12-7 in the group stage. But when you get to the knockouts, anything can happen. And in 3x3, anything can happen. So the winner of this game will finish in third place and take home the bronze medal. So it is all to play for out there on the court today. GB playing in blue and Australia in yellow. We are playing 3x3. It is 10-minute games, 12-second shot clocks. Shots inside the arc are worth 1 point. Shots outside the arc are worth 2. And it will be Great Britain ball to start things off. As three-time Paralympian Jude Hamer will take it for Great Britain from the top. Ball's checked and it is first possession for Great Britain. Love drive into the basket. Floater doesn't go, passes back to Hamer. Shot is short and Dodd will have it for Australia. Stevenson, the young star, has been showing exactly why she's one to watch throughout this tournament. As right on cue, she gets the first point of the game for Australia. And Stevenson, at just 15 years old, has had herself a tournament this weekend. She has been incredible out on the floor, scoring, rebounding, defending, doing a bit of everything out there on the court. As Love works to get free, long shot is up and off the rim. Stevenson chases down another board for Australia. 1-0 to the Wombats here in the first minute. Munro-Cook doesn't get it to go. Love has the rebound for GB. Hamer back to Love. That is a connection that's been built through the years, playing together on Paralympic teams. As Munro-Cook for Australia, fading away, gets it to go, and it's a 2-0 lead for Australia early on. GB looking to get themselves on the board here as Love's scoop layup doesn't go. Dodd swings it round to Stevenson and ball will just go out of bounds, so Great Britain will have a chance here to get themselves on the scoreboard. Right, over to Love. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Love thought about the shot. This is inside to White. And a foul on the shot, so that will give Great Britain a chance at the foul line here. First team foul on Australia. Jess White at the foul line, plays for the Loughborough Lightning in the Women's Premier League in the UK, along with the Sheffield Steelers in the Premier League, which is a mixed league. So several leagues in the UK, players playing across the divisions, and Jess White puts in a shift every time she is out there on the court. And a 3-second call will give Great Britain the ball back. The team's fighting it out for the bronze medal here in the Super Bowl. It has been an absolutely fantastic weekend full of basketball. The very first 3x3 World Championships here in Sun City as Love shot doesn't fall. GB still looking to get on the scoreboard here as Dodd takes it for Australia. 4 seconds on the clock. Munro Cook shots up and gets the roll. It's a 3-0 lead for Australia. Love thought about it, weaving inside, passes over to White, who banks it in, and GB get on the board. 2-point Australia lead. Stevenson against White. Love racing to close down the gap. Munro Cook is there to clean up the glass. Fouled on the shot, so she'll go to the line. And Georgia Munro Cook playing for the Sydney Metro Blues this season. Both the 5-on-5 and 3x3 leagues in the Women's National Wheelchair Basketball League in Australia. It's been great to see the development in Australia, adding that 3x3 league in, so all teams playing across competitions in 5-on-5 and 3x3, really building the development, building those pathways to the gliders team out in Australia. As Hamer under pressure, doesn't get it to go. Munro Cook with the rebound. Dishes inside to Stevenson, gets the bounce, and Ebony Stevenson takes Australia up 3 points here. 7:15 to play. Ball's checked at the top. White finds Love. Love using the screen from Hamer. Comes up against Munro Cook. Into Hamer. Hamer off the glass and in. Stevenson looks to respond for Australia. Against Love, Stevenson runs into traffic. 1 second off the rim. Hamer with the rebound. GB will need to clear it here. There's only 5 seconds on the clock. Back inside to Hamer. Tough shot from Hamer. Gets her own rebound though, and we'll try again. That's too strong. See the pressure Australia are putting on defensively underneath the basket. As Dodd, clock winding down, shots up, doesn't drop. And Love will box out there, let the ball go out of bounds, so GB will have possession as we have a timeout called. 6:24 to play, a 4-2 lead for Australia over Great Britain. Now these two teams really evenly matched. GB averaging 14 points a game, and Australia 14.4. When they came up against each other in the group stage, it was a 12-7 win for the Wombats. It took them into the semi-finals. And Australia played Spain in the semi-finals. It was a loss earlier today. Spain and Canada in the final at 4:15 today. Spain and Canada men's teams also in the men's final, so it's a Spain-Canada bonanza in the finals as GB have the ball here. Love thought about the shot, under pressure, ball's knocked out of bounds as the shot clock winds down. Good defense there from Australia. You can see Stevenson just hands in the way, making it really difficult for GB to get the looks that they want. So ball's checked at the top. Stevenson playing for the Perth Wheelcats finds Munro Cook. Stevenson, 4 seconds, spinning in the lane. Shots off. Dodd has the rebound. Another chance here for Australia, and Munro Cook splashes the ball in. GB look to respond. Love to Hamer. Hamer, shots short. And rebound goes to GB. Love takes it over the line. Works against Munro Cook. Lines it up and gets the bounce. Cuts the lead down to 2. Dodd hands back to Munro Cook, who will line it up and buzz. Oh, in and out. Unlucky. That was halfway down the cylinder as Hamer swings it back to Love. Hamer has Dodd on her. Hamer fading away. That's a tough shot as Munro Cook secures the rebound. Stevenson looking to make something for Australia. Shots up and foul called on the shot. So Ebony Stevenson at the foul line. A chance to increase this 2-point Australia lead. And that is the second foul on Great Britain. Stevenson represented Australia at the Under-25 World Championships in 2023. As free throw doesn't drop, Love tips it. GB a chance to cut into this. Love weaving away through traffic. Hamer is there on the baseline at a tough angle. Can't get it to go. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Jess White getting a hand on there, trying to secure the ball. Being the disruptive defender that she is, but it will stay with Australia as Stevenson managed to get the rebound. Munro Cook lines it up, knocks it down. And Georgia Munro Cook showing just why she leads the Women's National Wheelchair Basketball League in Australia in points per game. She is a scorer. She will get you buckets all over the court, as will Jude Hamer, who answers for GB. 2-point game. Just over 4 minutes to play here in this bronze medal match. Munro Cook dishes inside to Ovens, and Ovens doing what she does best, that cut to the basket. Such a good finisher around the rim. She uses the glass, goes very high off the top of the backboard, and drops the ball in the basket. That is what she has been doing all weekend long. Australia back up 3. Love. 5 seconds. Long shot is up and bounces off. White gets the rebound. Another chance for GB here as Hamer double teamed. Doesn't matter. Jude Hamer with a tough basket. And we will have a timeout on the floor. It's a 2-point game. Australia 7, Great Britain 5. And coming up after this game, John Hobbs will be taking you through the men's bronze medal match. And that is between Austria and Poland at 3:45 today. And following that, we will have the final. The women's final takes place at 4:15 between Spain and Canada, and the men's final also between Spain and Canada at 4:45 today. So you do not want to miss a second of the action here on the IWBF YouTube channel as Munro Cook back on the floor. Shot bounces out. Love has it for GB. Passing out to White. Ball's cleared. Love runs into Stevenson. And Robin Love with a big shot for GB. Under pressure from Stevenson as Munro Cook. Shot bounces out. A foul on the shot will put Australia back at the line. Great Britain on 3 team fouls after that last one. Australia just on 1 so far as Munro Cook, Paralympian at the Tokyo 2020 Games, where she captained the Australian team. She's also playing in the mixed league in Australia for the Manly Wheel Eagles. Nets the free throw, increases the lead to 2. Love finds space to the basket, dishes off to Hamer. And we're back to a 1-point game. Robin Love, such a fantastic facilitator out there on court. She had a good look there, but saw her teammate Hamer had a great look and makes that extra pass, secures the points for GB. Munro Cook. Shot is up and down. Georgia Munro Cook cannot stop scoring for Australia. Puts the Wombats back up 2. Love looks to answer and does. We've got a shootout on our hands today here in the bronze medal match. 1-point game. Munro Cook hands it off to Dodd and gets that to go. Australia go back up 2. Love driving to the basket, Stevenson is there to defend, but Robin Love, a hand in her face. And a tough basket there from Robin Love. GB back within one. And Stevenson helps up from the floor. All to play for in this bronze medal game, a 1-point game. Australia will have possession. Munro Cook inside to Dodd. Dodd back to Stevenson. Stevenson shots off the rim, ball's tipped. Love secures it for GB. And Great Britain have a chance to tie here as Love looks to go inside. Dodd's there. 3 seconds, Love, same place. Doesn't get the same result this time. Stevenson controls it for Australia. Dodd shots up and gets the roll. Back to a 2-point game. Hamer trying to find some space. Has White going to the basket. Good D there from Munro Cook, and that will be a shot clock violation. 12 seconds off the clock. Australia able to get to the ball really quickly, put that pressure on. They've been doing a fantastic job of that against Great Britain. And they will have possession. It's a 2-point Australia lead. Munro Cook. Shots up. It's short. Love has the ball. GB need to clear it and will. 6 seconds on the clock. Love dishes into White. White shot won't fall. Dodd has the rebound. And a foul against GB. 4th team foul for GB. Australia take it from the top. Stevenson to Munro Cook. Shot is up and down. Munro Cook again just comes up with big shot after big shot for the Wombats when she needs to. Love working her way inside, fading away. Can't get it to go. Dodd has the rebound. Final minute of the game. Australia up 3 here in this bronze medal match. Stevenson against White. Munro Cook. Time running down. GB get the ball back here. Still time for them to cut into this, but they're going to need to get some points on the board quickly. Love lines up the 2. Off the rim. Ball's tipped. Will go out of bounds, but GB will retain possession as it was off Australia. And GB have Robin Love out there. A strong long-range shooter, if that is what they're going to look to try and do, as fouls called against Australia. Just second on them. Takes a bit of time off the clock, 34.7 seconds. So GB go again from the top. Down 3. Love off the screen from Hamer. Looks to take it inside, will get to the basket and cuts it down to 2. Australia have the ball. 20 seconds to go. Dodd. Shot doesn't fall. Love has the rebound. 15 seconds. GB look like they might try for 2 here. They will. And that's short. Chased down by Love. They can go again. Hamer has it and will just go out of bounds underneath the basket. 3.7 to go, and we've got a timeout called. Australia up 2 points here in this bronze medal match. It is neck and neck between these 2 teams. GB would need a 2 to tie, but Australia with possession will be able to hold the ball. 3.7 seconds away from bronze for Australia. As the teams come back out onto the floor. What a game we have got here today in this bronze medal match. The men's bronze medal match coming up after this one between Austria and Poland. That will be live on the IWBF YouTube channel, so the refs just confirming, and it will be Australia possession. So Australia in control here, some time added back onto the clock, 4.5 seconds. So Munro Cook has it for Australia and will run down the clock. Congratulations to Australia. They are your bronze medalists, coming third in the 3x3 World Championships, the very first 3x3 World Championships, taking the bronze medal back home to Australia. Great Britain will come in fourth place. A hard-fought win for the Wombats over GB, 12 to Australia, 10 to Great Britain. Teams were neck and neck throughout the game, but it was the shooting of Georgia Munro Cook and Ebony Stevenson as well, so valuable for the Australian team. A lot to look forward to from the Wombats on the international stage. And what a start to the medal matches for the very first IWBF 3x3 World Championships. It's been an absolutely fantastic weekend full of 3x3 basketball. But don't go anywhere yet, because the men's bronze medal match will be up next. Austria against Poland in just a few minutes' time. John Hobbs will be taking you through all the action, so stick around.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third place sale for the men's division. On the floor, it will be Austria versus Poland. First to take the dance floor, the man from Austria. Coming in, wearing jersey number 2, Leon Federer. And jersey number 4, Hubert Hager. Coming in at number 8, Mehmet Hayali. And welcome number 24, Christoph Edler. Give it up for Poland. Joining them on the dance floor, the men from Poland. Coming in at jersey number 3, Dominic Wasser. And number 4, Matthias Stan. And number 6.
Well, it is time now to see who hits the podium first, and it's the bronze medal game between Austria and Poland here at the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. Thank you so very, very much for joining us on the IWBF YouTube channel. There is the Poland team: Matus Filipski, Andrzej Maciek, Matt Stan and Dominik Mosler. And Austria with Christoph Edler, Leon Felega, Hubert Hager and Mehmet Hayrali. Well, we already have our first medalist confirmed. Congratulations to Australia, who will collect their bronze medals in the Women's World Championships a bit later on. And now who will finish on a high here in the Men's World Championship? Poland, without question, the team of day one. They were absolutely ruthless in all facets of the game, but their first loss coming to Spain in the semi-finals earlier on. Heartbreak for the Poles, but they will be keen to end their South African odyssey with a bronze medal. And Austria will be keen to get a medal to end their impressive adventures here in Sun City. Austria have quietly gone about their business here in South Africa, but they have performed admirably, and they will be gunning for the bronze. It's an all-European clash here. And in just a moment, we will be underway. We are a little ahead of schedule. That's what the delay is. And we are underway. This is for bronze. Andrzej Maciek on the ball. And immediately Maciek puts it in. And within 7 seconds of the start, Poland have the score. And Maciek means business right now. 2 quick points for Andrzej Maciek. And the ball is loose, so Austria will now get the check in. Here is Hubert Hager. Hager will fade away. He'll put it up. And Dominik Mosler stands his ground. The ball is loose. Hager's long reach Probably one of the longest reaches in this tournament with the ball still. And still doesn't get it to go, but Stan's pass going for Matzik, goes right to an Austrian player's hands. Edler can't get it. Edler gets it back from Hager. And this time Austria make it count. Matzik, Mosler, Stan, inside. Filega, bumped physically there by Matzik, who lets him know that he was in his vicinity. Hager, too strong off the window. Here is Mosler. Mosler to Matzik. Matzik with 4 to shoot for Poland. The runner from Matzik is money. And Filega ran out of room, and Poland will get the ball back as the Poland managerial or coaching staff in the stands applaud that play. Remember, no coaches allowed near the field of play. The players are their own coaches when the game starts. As Mosler puts it in. Hager putting the moves on Mosler. Matzik will throw one up, and that's in and out. Mosler and Stan battling for it, and Matzik says thank you very much. Easy as you like, and Andre Matzik having an incredible start to this game so far. He has 3 of Poland's 6. Hager, shot clock violation, and Poland will get the ball back. They're up 6-2. With 2 minutes and a bit of change played here in this one. It is the final set of games in the first ever IWBF 3x3 World Championships. It's been an unforgettable event, as world champions will be crowned in less than an hour's time now. As Hager goes for 2, that's in and out. Mosler with the rebound. And Matzik, right place, right time. And Andre Matzik having himself a ball right now. Mosler with a good defensive effort. Stan with the steal. Mosler at the elbow. And Mosler puts it in. And Poland rampant right now. And Austria haven't clicked into gear. Filega with the midi. And that grazes the bottom of the rim, and Stan will let that go out of bounds. So following on from this game, it is the finals, as Spain and Canada will meet in the men's and women's final. Women's final will be up first at 4:15 local time, and then the men will follow at 4:45 local time. But really what we're trying to say to you is, keep it locked on the IWBF YouTube channel. You don't want to use YouTube for anything else right now. Keep it locked here, because the action will be drawing to a conclusion, and the stakes are as high as they've ever been. Matzik, deflected by Edler. Filega, Hayrely buries a one-pointer. Matzik, Stan did well to collect that and put it in over Mehmet Hayrely. And Hubert Hager awaits the sidelines, as does Batus Filipski. Filipski and Mosler rotate the subs area frequently. Stan and Matzik normally play the entire 10 minutes. Matzik, Stan. Mosler in support. Stan doesn't need him. The national champion from Great Britain who played for the Jaguars last season with the score. Edler off balance, airballs his 2. Here is Matzik. Matzik. Stan again. Matus Stan. That Stan is on fire right now. As Christoph Edler gets it, and he can't get the full. Stan is there again. Matzik. Dominic Mosler. Mosler gets bumped and a foul. Now, will that count or will that be 3 seconds? It will be a foul and 1. So Dominic Mosler, who really made a name for himself at the 2012 Paralympics in London, as did Matus Filipski as well, actually. Still dominating basketball in Poland 13 years later as Hubert Hager makes the mid-range. And Matus Filipski still waiting to come in. Here is Matt Stan, here is Mosler. What a pass to Matzik. And right now, Poland mean business. They want to reach 21. They're 6 points away. In fact, excuse me, they're 7 points away from doing so. My mathematics is very, very good. Here is Matzik. Matzik throws one up. No good. Mosler, right place, right time. Now they need 6. As Mosler checks out, Filipski comes in. Here is Christoph Edler. Edler puts it in. That's actually a 1-pointer. He stepped on the line. Here is Filipski. 15-5 in favor of Poland. Filipski, and he buries a mid-range. Felega. And Felega's pass asking a little too much of Hubert Hager. We've played 6 minutes here in the bronze medal game, the 3rd place game. Referees just letting both teams know that a timeout was not called. Both teams thought the same thing there, but the referees wanting to check the monitor instead. Great to have so many of you on board the IWBF YouTube channel. This is the 3rd place game as podium spots are up for grabs here. And right now, Poland mean business. 5 points away from the magic 21. Poland keen to get on with it. Referees having none of it. Referee is still looking at the monitor. And now we can restart. Here is Matzik. Matzik Stan. Matt Stan is having himself a ball game right now. And Edler loses the ball. The ball goes out of bounds. That'll be, or should be, an Austria ball. And now we have a timeout on the floor with 3:46 to play. And up next, it is the first ever gold medal game, the final. The Women's World Championship comes to its conclusion as Spain and Canada will battle it out to determine who will be the first ever IWBF 3x3 World Champion. And Spain and Canada will also comprise the gold medal game in the men, as the first men's world champion will also be crowned here in Sun City. Here is Mancic. Mancic composes himself and puts it in, all net. Haga. 3:26 to play, and Poland 3 points away from bronze medal glory. Here is Haga. Haga still has it. 6 to shoot for Austria. Haga short with the elbow shot. Here is Filipski. Fifi, the mid-range, no good. Haga. Haga inside. Filega gets it to go. Filipski dumps it off to Maciek. He wasn't expecting it, so Fifi just puts it in anyway. 2 points away from the third place here for Poland. 2:38 to play. Haga can't bank it home. 2 points will win it for Poland. Maciek just about collects, one-handed. And Krzysztof Edler, the man from Graz, gets the rebound, and he is wide open. Why not go for two? That's no good, and he will not collect that. .212 remaining. Poland 19, Austria 6. A 2-pointer will win it for Poland. Filipski, this to win it, and it rims out. Here is Krzysztof Edler. Edler in no man's land here. Somehow gets it to Haga, and Haga puts it in. Stan. And a wild pass from Matt Stan will go out of bounds. Maciek, Filipski. Filipski can't get it. Maciek under the hoop with the offensive rebound, and he'll put it in. And Poland 1 win away from third and a podium finish. And the referee just giving a warning to Matus Filipski, who touched the ball as it went down the cylinder. And 3x3 basketball, that is strictly forbidden. Got to let the other team get the ball and bring it out, as Haga short with the 2-pointer. Maciek, this to win it for Poland, and it's off the back iron and out of bounds, and it will be an Austria ball. 1:20 remaining, and Poland firmly in the ascendancy here. They want to win it with time to spare, as Haga puts a bit of respectability, or a little respectability, on the score. Maciek, here is Stan. Stan puts it in. That's game. Third place is Poland's with 1 minute and 4 seconds to spare. Congratulations to Poland. Commiserations to Austria. A very respectable fourth for them. It is the women's final up next. Don't go anywhere. Spain and Canada battle for the gold.